Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for Monday through Thursday, December 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Now, you know that when I'm doing the week, Monday through Thursday, I am going to be using these Radley Valentine decks. This is my Archangel Power Tarot cards, and this is my Guardian Angel Tarot cards. Now, I will also be using my Emily Anderson Crystal deck and my Inspirational Wisdom from Angels and Fairies, written by Frances Monroe, right? Yep. And artwork by Judy Mastrangelo. Now, this is just the this is the introduction. You will see this tagged on to all the videos. So if you want to bypass or if you want to cross-watch, however you want to do it, down there you should have a timestamp and it will bypass the introduction. I hope you watch the introduction at least one time. Also, remember to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. It really has been making a major difference. More and more people have been seeing the videos, so thank you. Please keep doing that. You keep me on. Okay, but for those who bypass, I'll see you at the main readings. Now, this is the universal reading. This is the overall reading, what's going on in the world. This is also I'm going to be using my Rider-Waite deck and my Osha Zen Tarot deck. Now, we're also going to go and look at what is going on with the planets per se on the 6th of December. Now, they're always interesting, and the more I learn, the more I know how much little I do know. So the more I know, I need to learn more. So on December 6th, we have Mercury, which is in Sagittarius, and it is going to be squared with Jupiter, which is in Pisces right now. They're both at that 29 degrees. So I'm not quite sure where we're going, because in just a little bit of time, Mercury is going to be entering into Capricorn, and just right at that same day, just a little bit of time from each other. So Sagittarius is very adventurous. Mercury is about our communications. It's about our electronics. And also, too, the other thing about Mercury, at the end of the month, it will be going retrograde. That will be the 4th retrograde for 2022. It happens, but it doesn't happen a lot. So Mercury has some real big play in the game right now. Mercury is something to watch. So how is it, adventure, Mercury, communications, squaring with Pluto. Now remember, squaring is a little bit, it's not necessarily opposing it, but it is putting a little more pressure on each of this. Jupiter, planet of largesse, Pisces, water energy, and that is all about, dreams and visions, things like that too. So that's squaring. However, like I said, Mercury will be going into Capricorn, earth energy, about your home, your life, tangible energy, your work energy. So you could be hearing maybe somebody could be going out for a job interview. It looks really, really positive. That squaring with Jupiter could be a very good sign, or it could be one of those times that the answer was not expected per se. Doesn't mean that it's negative. It just means, oh, I didn't see that coming. But then that Capricorn thing makes it more earthbound, makes it more reality. The interesting part for me, let me get there, is that Mercury crosses over what is called the galactic center, and that's 28-29 with Sagittarius. The galactic center, and again, like I said, the more I know, I don't know. This is the center of the Milky Way. This is the center of the universe. Or the galaxy. This is the center, and it has a very massive black hole. Not quite sure what we're doing with all of that, but it is something that's going to be a very, so communication could just change. There could be a major change in communication. So let's just put that out there. The 7th of December, and this is going to be Eastern time, we will have that full moon, and that will be 11:07 p.m. Eastern time. So it could be it could be in the evening on the 7th, or it could be in the morning of the 8th. It's right around there. So this is going to be, the full moon will be in Gemini. Now, I have heard the full moon being called an angry moon, because, Mars is retrograde in Gemini right now. I'm going to look at this. Now, yes, Mars is a warrior energy, warrior planet, but I'm going to look at this more as, because you have to think the warriors are also very strategic. So I'm going to think that this might be, there might be some very forceful energies with this planet or with this, what's going on here. But I'm going to think that there's going to be some strategy with this energy too. So it's not necessarily, even though it may look, maybe something looks like it's out of control, but I feel like it's more controlled than we think. Now the full moon is conjunct with Mars. So that actually, even though, conjunct with Mars, which is in, retrograde in Gemini, and conjuncting actually works together. It pushes it together. It is trining with Saturn, which is again a positive energy. Saturn in Aquarius, okay, there's our card for that one. Trining in Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius, that's basically a positive thing too. Saturn, of course, illusion versus reality. So, we might be seeing something pop with the with Saturn. That full moon energy, again, full moon is squaring with Neptune in Pisces, and it is squaring also with Jupiter in Pisces. So there's a little more pressure put on with Neptune and Pisces, hidden energies. We will see what we will see. I have posted what I do here, what I'm looking at. I have posted that on my blog. Wasn't able to send out any links, but I'll try to get that to my Facebook and my Instagram and my YouTube channel also under community. And then we go to the 8th, where the Sun, Sagittarius, is opposing Mars, which is retrograde. So that's, like I said, opposing is opposing. It's like saying, don't like what you're doing here. So we have this thing with the full moon. Like I said, some people are calling it an angry full moon. I am looking at it as a very strategic full moon. I'm also looking at it as very, it may not necessarily make sense to us, okay? But again, full moons, I do not say to worship the full moons, but we are told to look to the heavens. There will be signs and wonders in heavens. So to look to them. But the thing about the full moon, it is a time, it does affect the earth. It does affect the people of the earth. It is a time where I look to release what's holding me back, relinquish what I don't need anymore, and request the stuff that I would like. Release, relinquish, and request. 3 days before, 3 days after, the moon energies are very strong. I look at it as a way, it is a divine creation. I look at it as a way to remind me to ask, to ask God, Source, Holy Spirit, whoever that is to you, hey, we need some help down here. Okay, so let's see. Remind you too that I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. So, that galactic, that center thing, that I have to look that up a little bit more. So here we go. Let's see what we've got here now. What higher power? Higher power. What the heck is going to happen? What is going on? What do we need to know? What's going on with the world, especially with this full moon energy all around us? Just a lot of stuff. And I know the fact that I was rushing through it like that means that to me, it means that it's going to be a very powerful energy for this full moon. Okay, here we go. 8s, remember, are about, unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. 7 is, to me, it is a divine number and divine interference, divine umbrella. So let's see what we've got here. I've got a card down here. When they fly. I have a card from Osha Zen Tarot, so we will put that here too. Let's see what we have now, our Rider-Waite cards. Here we go. The Hierophant. The Hierophant. Now, if you've been following me, you know this is not my favorite card. This is my rebellious card. This is the one that I say, I'm going to go the other way. The Hierophant is a 5, and that is some change energy, positive, negative. The Hierophant is very much with rules and regulations. I call this the business of government, the business of religion. This is one of those times, where you just feel like everything's, like you feel like you're in a straitjacket almost here. And, the Hierophant is one that I kind of say, when I see this, it's like, pay attention. Something's going to try to hold you down a little bit, and you may want to avoid it before it comes, or you might want to have your escape plan ready. Okay? Something about the Hierophant. I know some people will say some readers will say the Hierophant brings you to your higher development. I do like that explanation. I just don't agree with that explanation. To me, the Hierophant is cringy. It's cringy. It's like, oh, no, 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 no. So when I see this, I'm like, exit stage right or left, whichever way you want to go. Next card is the Hermit. So we have two major arcana cards here. So the Hermit is a 9. You have everything you need. Let's wrap it up. The Hermit is one, and this is major arcana. So this is some strong universal energy going on for this week. The Hermit is step back. The Hermit is pray. The Hermit is meditate. The Hermit is connect with your higher power. It is not a time where we are around a lot of people. It's not a time where we are celebrating. It's not a real big party time, okay? Again, it's a time to step back and just pray, meditate. And the thing about the Hermit, though, the Hermit, is not, the Hermit's not cringing. The Hermit's not hiding. The Hermit actually is looking down, so there is a little bit of a, like, I'm not going to look up. I'm kind of bowing my head energy. But now he could be watching his path. He could be seeing, to find his true path. There is the light that he holds. It's not necessarily a light that's luminous. I mean, it's not really big, like big spotlight. And he does have his staff to help. But this is all about finding your path also. So, this between the two of these, not quite sure where we're going to go because, like I said, that this is not my favorite card, but it is a necessary card. It is a necessary message. This one is kind of step back. It's a good time to pray, meditate, and contemplate next steps. Okay? Next card is, now we face our fears. We are facing our fears. Something is going on where we face our fears. Now, this is a 15. So we have a 5, 9, and a 15. Now, 15 is 555. Change, change, change. 15 is a 10, which is transitional energy plus that 5. So we're moving into something to change. We can also take the 15, make it a 6. 1 plus 5 is a 6. And 6 is the number of man. It's the energies we put into something. So we get the Devil card. Now the Devil card is really, it's not as scary as it looks, except, just as, like I said, the Hermit, we need to do some reflection. And the Devil card is showing us some stuff that's not necessarily pleasing to us. You have to look at the card. We have the man and the woman. We have the man and the woman that they are in chains, but at the same time, at any moment, they can break those chains. They can break those bonds. This is the card where I tell you that, fear is a tool of the devil. It tries to hold you back. It tries to keep you from your divine destiny, okay? And I know what that's all about. I do know that. I have been there, done that type of thing, taking the safe route and not necessarily stepping out into that unknown path. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm never going to tell you to do that. And I will tell you it's always easier to get a job when you get a job. When you have a job. But the devil is about facing your fears. Do you stay where you're at and accept the fact that you're losing your humanity, or do you slip those chains and move on? So the devil energy is very very powerful, but the devil energy is only as powerful as you feed into it, okay? As you give it. So it looks like this full moon has a very strong energy. This week is a very strong energy. I do like, meditate, pray. It doesn't necessarily feel as positive as we would like it to be. However, it's a very cleansing energy, and it's, again, facing our fears, and slipping the bondage and moving out of that. Okay? Okay, now this is the card that when I was shuffling, and I had made a mistake of shuffling, well, it's never mistakes, right? Of shuffling my Osha Zen Tarot cards, and this one is the one that flew. So let us see what we have. Higher power. What is this one all about? I kind of Okay, so now we have a 7. We have a 7. This is patience. I believe this is also one of the major arcana cards too. Okay, so this is, there's a lot of fertility here. There's a lot of moon energy here. I'm trying to think of which one this would be, and you're going to tell me. 8 is strength, 6 is, oh, 7 generally is the chariot energy. So I'm not quite sure where these are all connecting here. I need to take a peek at this. I'm going to hold on a second while I take a look at this. No, it is not major arcana. It is, I get a little confused sometimes in which ones I'm following. I was thinking of John Holland's Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. But 7, again, is a divine number. 7 is a divine umbrella. There is a moon cycle here. There is all about patience. The woman is waiting to have her child. The woman, and a lot of times, hey, former labor and delivery nurse, and even though people will say there's no studies to prove this, the full moon does bring about new birth many a time, okay? So it is a lunar cycle. It is a lunar time. It could be, again, the full moon is right above her head. It is on the 7th, and Eastern time, the full moon will be on the 7th. So whatever's going on up here, it is, this is a card saying, reminding us patience. Kind of, is this connecting with that full moon too? You let me know. Okay, let me know what you say, what you think about this, the ones that do watch my introduction. Okay, so just want to let you know, I may be posting posting an additional one before maybe Sunday or Monday. I bought some new cards, so I may unpack them for you, and we'll see where we go with that. But again, why don't we do the like, share, subscribe, clicking on the bell for notifications. Again, it's amazing, especially when you do that, how it does pop the channel. Okay, so I really appreciate it. Do not be afraid of any of this. Remember, no fear. We will just be strong. Patience. Okay. So let's start our videos. Hello, my Aries, and how are you doing? Well, we've got the full moon. It is in Gemini. Very intellectual, very thought-provoking. Remember, Gemini has the twins, so there's going to be a lot of balance. So one twin will say to do one thing, one twin will say why that's not right and to do something else. So there can be a state of, of clarity or confusion, but then we have that Mars, and there's Mars doing some squaring and opposing and stuff like that. I do equate, and I know it's not always, Mars can be with Scorpio, but I equate Aries and Mars because what are you, the Greek one, and Mars is the Roman, or vice versa, God of war. But remember, it does not mean, war does not mean just running in there. War, whatever it is, it is, when you're in that warrior state, there has to be some thinking things through. And Gemini will give you both directions. Why this will work and why that will work and why the others won't work. So it's going to be an interesting time. But again, we can still do our release, relinquish, and our requesting energies then too. Okay, let's see. Higher power. What do you have for my Aries? What do you have for our Aries? Let's see. 1, 2, and 3. This one is reversed. Let's see. Reversed one here. Let's see. First card is King of Ariel. Oh, I love the King of Ariel because the King underlying is our air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. But Ariel in itself is our Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, money, job, career. The King of Ariel could be that you have to work with or deal with a professional such as a lawyer, a doctor, somebody that really knows his or her game, though this is a king, so it's more of a masculine energy. They really know what they're doing. But the King of Ariel also makes you step up to the plate. Also brings out your talents. You know, the King of Ariel is very much your subject matter expert. The King of Ariel knows what to do with work, knows how to make money happen, can actually take a piece of garbage and sell and turn it into something that is like priceless, okay? That is what the King of Ariel can do. So you're getting this in your, you know, for this week that you're starting out, that maybe there's some new ideas that you're having, something that you've been wanting to try. Again, it's tangible, so it's not just ideas per se. It's ideas that you actually put down on paper, ideas that you actually make happen, okay? So, successful, stable, accomplished, and powerful. Your plans are working out very well, professional and financial success, using resources wisely. So it's kind of like, it's telling you you've got the ability, you've got the options, you've got the potential to turn those ideas that have just been kind of floating in your head a little bit, actually turn them into some money-making opportunities, okay? But with anything, you can't just think about it. You just can't, you just can't pray about it. Though I will say prayers, work wonderful. If you're going to pray, show me the opportunity on how to implement. You have to do the work, okay? So let's see what we've got here. Reversed. The Queen of Gabriel. So now we have the Queen energy. Queen's underlying energy is our water, Cancer, Scorpio, but it's also Pisces, and we still have some very strong Pisces energy going on. Now remember, Jupiter is still in Pisces, but it will be transitioning into your sign, into your energy. So while it's in Pisces, it's you're able to dream, you're able to make things happen, you're able to do what I was telling you with this. It's these thoughts, it's these wonderful ideas, but when it transitions into Aries, which is really just right around the corner, then you'll see the results, you'll see the fruits of this. Okay, now, so that is what our water energy is about. Also very loving, very caring, very committed. Now, fire energy is your energy. It is also Leo, but it's also Sagittarius, and we've got stuff going on with Sagittarius in that galactic center. I'm not even quite sure, but it feels very powerful to me. So it's yours, passionate, burning, determined. The Queen of Gabriel is telling you, whatever this is, do not be afraid to put yourself out. Do not be afraid to not even try, okay? Now, again, I never tell you to quit your job or anything like that. Easier to get a job when you've got a job. I promise you that. But this is one of those things that you could be doing and you could be working towards. The Queen of Gabriel is very big and very large and follows her heart and follows and does what she wants, what she feels is the right thing to do. Okay, so something's going on, something possibly with your job or a career. Maybe you could even be going to school, but something that there's something changing that could possibly be very life-changing for the positive this week. Passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. So whatever it is, you kind of feel like you're going to do it more on your own. It does not mean, though, that you should leave the others behind or that you shouldn't ask for help, but it is one of these where you take the lead. You're the leader in this. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. Like I said, you're going to be more the leader with this. This one here, the Page of Ariel. So Page's underlying energy is Earth. This is Ariel, Earth, Earth, Earth. Page is eager, wants to jump into it, wants to get going with this. Page of Ariel, Page of Earth energy is always about a new job or a new opportunity to make money. So you might not necessarily be quitting your job, but you might be getting a side gig, or you might be, starting a side business, which is a side, but you know what I'm saying. A gig could be an extra job, but this is something exciting for you, something that there's potential there. There's something that is going to, it's an exciting time. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Okay. So let's go on and see. This is reliable, clever, educated, balanced. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. So you might, even though you're ready, you might find that you need to know a little bit more. It doesn't mean that you should hold off on starting. It's just that as you go forward, you'll learn, oh, I need to know a little bit more about this. Like I do with what I do. It's like, I need to know more. And it's one of those times when you'll know that you just don't know what you don't know. Okay, let's see. So this is an exciting time. You've got the court cards, which is very in your face energy, very let's keep doing this. This card, a couple of cards just flipped over. You and Sagittarius. Well, you didn't get as many cards as Sagittarius did. So let's see. Guardian Angel cards. Let's see what we've got. We have the Ace of Action. We have a 1, New Beginnings. Action is your energy again. It's fire energy. It's something very there's a new start happening. There's a new beginning. There is something you really want to go after this week, and this is a good time to do it. This cherub is heralding a time of wonderful new opportunities related to your creativity, your career, or pursuing your dreams. This is a card of action, and if you've been procrastinating, it's time to really get busy. It's also a great time to start a new business. Have confidence in your ability. So now we come to this. So this is a 14. This is usually the Temperance card. It is a major arcana. Temperance just generally kind of like weight, moderation. But let's see. This says that it is a win-win solution. And when I say win-win, it's like, hey, it's good for you. It's good for me. Let's work together. There is strength in diversity. By blending the ideas of other people with your own, you can often come up with a solution that's magnificent. Start by focusing on the aspects that everyone agrees upon, and then open your mind to compromise and working together. Stay balanced and seek out a moderate approach, a win-win solution. Let's see what we've got here. Ooh, the Helper of Action. And the Helper, I believe, is the Knight. And the Knight's underlying energy is your energy. So you really have, the only numbers you have is a 114 or a 411. Okay, so you're blessed with many wonderful things to do. It would be great if you could take time to make a plan first, but you probably don't have the time, so get busy. Follow your instincts and have fun. You or someone you meet is very self-assured, capable, and enthusiastic, and can do anything with a smile. I love that. So get busy. Get busy, my Aries. Okay, let's see. Let's see, angels and fairies, inspirational words from our angels and fairies for our Aries. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, that was interesting. Now, okay, let's go ahead. Okay, our Wisteria fairy. She's popped up a few times. Here we go. Very pretty, very young energy here. But it talks about unleash the power within you to make changes. Ask to be given the wisdom that will allow you to grow. Wow. So when you're praying, ask for wisdom. Interesting. Something big. This is a big energy. Okay. Cards are flipping all over the place. Here we go. This is Pyrite. Pyrite bracelet. Good change of fortune, success, renewed focus, leadership. Like I said, you have to take the lead on this one, but it does not mean that you don't have people or friends to help. Okay, my Aries, what's pushing you forward? I love this energy for you. Get busy. I like that too. Okay, take a moment, my Aries, to do the like, share, subscribe, and clicking on the bell for notifications. Yes, it's amazing when everyone does that, so thank you. As always, though, my Aries, always know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.